Hello, Kelly.
Hey, Dad.
Cool, Dad. Hey.
Daddy-o.
Dad, hey, Daddy-o. It's just so cool.
It's so cool to have you on air on this beautiful Tuesday morning.
You want to get, yeah. Yes, yeah, that's groovy, man.
It's groovy, man.
It's-
The weather outside is cool. Now, you cool cats, why don't you stay cool out there? Get yourself some sun.
Peace. Peace. Get yourself. We're inside, but it's a nice day. It looks like a nice day outside.
Yeah, well, with this weather, I mean, you never know. We're at such like an odd month that I think is
It's been cold some days.
yeah.
Some days have been
it's
cold.
like it's. I mean, if this isn't a tease, I don't know what a tease is.
The weather's teasing us.
The weather is mocking me. It's teasing me.
It's Mother Nature.
Yeah, it
Mother-
should be
Mother
like a mean ant nature.
A mean ant nature. Well, we've had some nice weather too.
But people are never happy. So I realized this about individuals is like wintertime.
It's fine. I'm saying just if you keep your face towards the microphone,
Okay,
it's good.
Dad's telling me I need to keep my face towards the microphone.
That's
I have the microphone on my nose right now.
It's not on her nose. It's
No,
on.
it's not.
It's on her forehead.
Yes, so this is what I'm realizing the older I get about people. It's wintertime, it's too cold. Spring starts, it's too cold still. Summer comes, it's too hot. I mean, we can't win.
Just never satisfied.
Never satisfied.
I can't get no satisfaction. Come on, Kelly. I can't get no.
We'll save the singing for the next one.
Oh, well. Kelly, now you realize we've yet to do our fortunes.
All right, so let me just give them an overview here.
Okay.
So we have, for the
A
past how many
tradition.
years?
It's become a tradition.
Yeah,
Yes,
we have a tradition.
for years.
Years.
I don't know how long it's been.
I don't know how long it's
The same as the Munchkin happy birthdays, I guess.
Yeah, so we have this tradition. Now, when we get fortune cookies, there's no way out of it. We have to read them together because why?
Why? Well, let me check just a second.
Because they're
Because
true.
this is true.
They are true.
This is the truth, and whatever it says is the absolute truth. Even if it predicts something in the future, it's absolutely true.
Yeah, it's like us who read fortune cookies. We really think there's like a man on a mountain, somewhere in China. Does China have mountains?
It's a man called Mosul coming down from the mountains, bringing the fortune cookies.
Yeah, writing this just for us individually. And then they just want to throw us with like 7 random good luck numbers.
That's right. That's right.
All right, we're going to open them here.
Now you can go first, Kelly, and I'll go second.
You know what's funny about fortune cookies? It's like you open it because you want what's inside. But does anybody really even like fortune cookies?
It's sort of like the Cracker Jacks box. You like what
You
like
like
what's
what's
inside,
inside.
but when you get the prize, it's nothing but a piece of plastic.
Yeah, and then you're forced to eat this cookie that just cuts apart your
Okay.
mouth.
Okay.
If
So
you want to
Kelly,
throw it away, you sneak it.
Kelly's opening up her fortune cookie, and
All right, let's
Here's the
see this
truth.
truth. Okay. Only the person who risks is truly free.
risks.
Yep, risks.
Risk. RISKS. Risk.
Yeah. Only
risk.
the person who risks is truly free.
I believe it. I believe
I'm going
it.
to take a risk with this one.
I believe it.
I believe it, but I don't think you have to risk to feel truly be. I think
Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus.
So I think somebody that's truly free, they're just kind of in the moment. They don't have to risk anything. You're just okay with being.
Well,
I think I'm doing way too much thinking for, what time is it? 9:41 in the morning. But this is true, and this was written just for me. I appreciate the guy on the mountain that wrote this out.
what?
Now I'm truly free because I risked opening this fortune cookie that I will not eat.
When was the last time you took a risk?
Oh man, yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday. What was
Yesterday,
that?
I got the second COVID shot.
Ah,
So I requested off work today because people acted like I was going to almost die the following day.
I'm glad you didn't die.
I'm glad I didn't die. I'm
We're
glad I
both
took
glad.
that risk.
We're both glad.
So these people made it seem like I was like going to be in Vietnam in the trenches just waiting for bullets to be shot my way. I mean, that's a little extreme, but that's the way people are.
They thought it was dangerous. They
Oh
thought the
man!
COVID,
So not only do you have the anti-vaccine people, you have the people that got the second vaccine that were like on their deathbed the next day, and they were going to tell you about it. They're going to tell you about it.
So they got sick after their second shot.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Really?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I mean that was all. I guess people aren't going to post on Facebook. Got the second shot and I feel great. So, I mean, really, all you're reading is the negative side effects because people want to make sure they tell you that they're sick. So, I guess that was the science behind it, but I feel great.
I'm glad you feel
I took
great.
this risk and I am truly free. And I am the only person who risks that
So
is truly free.
you risk by taking that second shot.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Now, what does your T-shirt says on F what?
So my t-shirt, put it this way. I stopped smoking to vape, right? What ended up happening, well, at first was I was smoking and vaping. I got the new car. Didn't want to smoke in the new car. So I was having to like stop at random places like gas stations to get out and smoke a cigarette, which is great because eventually I stopped smoking. But what ended up happening is I'm buying so much nicotine from a vape site, they're just throwing me free t-shirts. So this really is a shirt that symbolizes I have a horrible addiction to nicotine, and I'm wearing it proudly. Risks.
So you're still getting the nicotine from the vape.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. But what does the word say? FR.
So it says Fruitia.
Fruitia?
Fruitia.
And what does that mean? I don't know what that means.
So that is a brand of a vape company.
Oh.
And if you're a vapor, it's hard to find like a good juice.
Oh, and that's
And this one was a winner. Yeah.
tastes like a fruit.
It tastes exactly like a stale orange on a sidewalk in Wilmington.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not serious.
I mean, it does taste like a stale orange on the sidewalk in Wilmington.
All right. Not in Wilmington, in Hockessin. That's
Okay,
one
okay.
step.
Well, that's that makes more sense to me. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and see if mine is quite as interesting as yours, especially with the
Take the risk.
risk category here. Okay, there's actually two parts to fortune telling.
Well, we got the real
Okay.
lucky numbers.
And here we are in the midst of me asking Kelly questions, which I've been doing now for 5 minutes. I don't know how long it's been.
You did a good job.
you-
I'm impressed.
It is better to ask some questions than to know all the answers. It is better
Whoa.
it is better to ask some questions than to know all the answers.
I like that. I mean, that could go in any way.
I think the more time passes, the less I know the answers.
Yeah, I think that's what keeps us going, though.
Not
having
knowing the
questions.
answers.
Imagine if you did have all the answers. How boring.
Boring.
Yeah.
Boring. Well, yeah, boring. It seems to me if you did know all the answers, well, I mean, there might be some positive aspects of that too. Like if you knew what horse was going to win the race, or what the Powerball was, or
Oh God, they
if you
just
knew that.
they just had an article that the horse and the jockey that just won the Kentucky Derby, well, they ended up finding steroids in the horse. Well, not like in the horse's pee or however they do it. I don't care. It's not something I need to know. But yeah, there goes everything.
I didn't know that. That's right. Kentucky Derby's in May, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It's
the
like
Kentucky
Lance Armstrong animal we got here.
Well, the horse wasn't saying, "Hey, buddy,
You better give me some steroids.
I need some steroids. I'm staying right here until you give me my drugs." Yeah.
You know what's unfortunate about it, though? I mean, this jockey's reputation has went out the window.
Well, did he know?
So that was, you know what? I always love to comment on these news sites, and I think I just like argument.
Yeah.
And people rarely challenge me, and it kind of pisses me off. I want to be challenged. And here's what I'm thinking.
Who knew
The
what?
owners.
When?
The owners are greedy, I believe.
But don't they? I thought they always do a drug test on a horse after the race. Whoever wins the race, I thought they always do that.
Or maybe they did it. So maybe because they probably do, right? Who knows how long the results come back? But like Lance Armstrong, for instance, they didn't find out till after he won. So maybe they do it twice. Like when somebody wins, they're like, "All right, we don't like this."
They don't do it until after the race.
They probably do it twice, yeah. But this poor jockey, I mean, just a normal guy, a normal 2'9" guy.
He might not know.
Exactly.
He might not even be aware that.
He said he didn't. He said he did not know. But then again, I'm sure the owner said the same exact thing.
We don't know if he knew.
Well, I know one thing, and that horse asked for those steroids. I think he actually stopped in the middle of the race and asked for more.
Well, there was a TV show on a talking horse. Mr. Ed. It was called Mr. Ed.
Yeah, that was in like 1922, right?
No, I think it was in the 1960s. Mr. Ed. And Mr. Ed was a talking horse. But only one person could hear him.
And
I think it was George was the owner of the horse. I believe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that.
Dad's name is George. Didn't you hate that name growing up?
Yeah,
he hates his name.
I don't hate it, but to me, George is sort of like an Andy and Mayberry kind of. There's George.
There's nothing smooth, romantic, sexy about it.
Hey, there's George. Look at George, yeah.
Well, my name's Kelly, in case you do know that.
Kelly's much better than
Yeah,
George.
Kelly kind of is smooth.
He could like slides under
Yeah.
kick slide. Whereas George is like, George.
George is like being hit with a Mack truck.
There's George.
And they say it exactly like that.
I wish I got my dad's name was James, but there was already too many James Foxes in the family.
They're like, we're gonna give him
Let's give
George.
him
They
George.
were pissed off when they named you that name.
George. Well, I was named after my grandmother's brother,
Oh man, I'm sorry.
George. And Uncle George, I called him Uncle George. He was so proud to have me named George. Every year he would come to Christmas with a brand new dollar bill.
Thanks for the whole
year.
dollar, buddy.
Every year, got a brand new dollar.
I mean, did he wrap it? That's the question.
Uncle George,
How important was this dollar?
Uncle George is an unusual character. I remember being with him one time, and he said, I was sitting in the car. This is a true story. He said, "Yeah, this is what I think about money, George." And he took a dollar and he ripped it up, right?
Back then, a dollar was like 17 cheeseburgers.
That's right. He ripped up the dollar, and then we walked in the store, and he like begged the cashier to accept the ripped up dollar.
He regretted the decision immediately. There you guys go, starving. McDonald's is out of business. Because he wanted to prove a point.
I don't think there was a McDonald's at the time, but I'm
thought
thinking about
McDonald's
it.
was
Here
around
he is
since the
bragging to
Renaissance.
me. This is what I think about money, and rips it up, and then goes and begs the cashier to accept his ripped up dollar.
So he ripped up his dollar and he didn't have another one? He didn't have a crisp new dollar that he was so proud of?
I don't know. Uncle George lived in like a little shack next to the
So he definitely couldn't afford to rip up that.
Christiana River, and he'd go swimming in the Christiana River too. But Uncle George, well, my namesake. So anyway,
back to the question thing. You know what I'm also realizing as I get older? All of a sudden now, like at 33 years old, I'm realizing so many different things. Dumb, small, but I'm just noticing it. So people like when you ask questions. I think the fastest way, to somebody's trust, to somebody's admiration of you is to ask them questions. They feel important.
that's true.
They do.
That's
On
true.
dates. When even got, this dating escapade I've been in for the past couple of years is like a ripped up dollar, I'll tell you that. But when the men ask questions, it gives them like an extra 4 points maybe.
So it shows. So they're curious. They want to know about me, kind of thing.
So
Kinda
I ask
builds up
everybody
your-
questions because I want to be liked. And it's working. I mean, not only is it working a little bit, I'm actually very popular. I mean, everybody wants to be around me. No, not really, not at all.
Well, I mean, just the other night, I walked up to this beautiful woman and I asked her a question. I said, "Hey, baby, what do you think of this beautiful man talking to you?" And she
By
slapped.
the way, my name is George.
That's not a true story. That's not a true story. It's not true. The truth.
Well, you got to take risks to be truly free.
That's right. That's right. Going back to your fortune cookie.
Here they are, just sitting broken. They're going to get thrown away. I mean, I just feel like it's a waste of good.
I'll eat my fortune cookie.
Nothing like the crunch. Yeah, that's a beautiful noise. I used to eat the fortune cookies, but then again, I was like 9 years old, and anything that had the word cookie in it, I was there. I was for it.
Cookie, lend me your comb. Did you ever hear that?
What is it?
Cookie, lend me your comb.
Lend me your cone?
Comb. COMB.
I'm just impressed that cookies have combs.
Cookie was an actor.
Oh, okay. You left that part out. I'm picturing like shortbread cookies with little like dollar store black cones.
I think the TV show was 77 Sunset Strip. And there was a song, and he was a character. He was a character, sort of a secondary character, but he was a character in the TV show. And they actually made a record out called Cookie, Lend Me Your Comb, because he'd be constantly combing his hair. But it was a hit.
That climbed the Billboard charts. I mean, was it actually on the radio or was it on the show and people just liked the show?
No,
like it wasn't like number one.
It wasn't on the show. I think the theme show is 77 Sunset Strip. I mean, that was, I think, the theme to the show. But the Cookie, Lend Me Your Comb was a 45, a record that was a hit.
So you know what we're going to do? I'm going to just look it up on YouTube real quick. We're going to play a second of it because I have to know about this comb that the cookie has.
Okay.
So should I just put in Cookie,
Lend Me Your Comb, I guess.
Cookie?
Yeah, I'll only play
Oh, there we go.
I'll play only a little bit of it, though.
Yeah.
Not too much. I don't want to.
All right. Ed Burns, Connie Stevens, 1959.
Ed Burns was Cookie and Connie Stevens was a cutie.
The thumbnail, he is not too bad looking himself. He looks like Paul McCartney's like cousin. And he does have a big comb in his hand. All right, let's...
Come on, Kel.
Jesus Christ, is that annoying.
There he is.
Grab some wheels. Let's brush our hair. I'm just wondering, is she going to say anything else besides Cookie, lend me your comb? Oh. I mean, and we still got 2 minutes.
No,
and
we
6
don't want
seconds.
2 minutes.
No, I do not want to hear.
We're going to run into
Cookie
problems
anymore.
with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Have you been following the stock market thing?
No.
Okay. Well, Dad hasn't been on social media. And let me tell you what, if you have been on social media, I mean, it is getting smacked in your face, whether you like it or not.
What's happening?
Oh man, so here's the thing. I can't even begin to explain it. And I almost feel like, at this point, I almost feel inferior. Because everybody, it's some form of cryptocurrency. I can't even begin to
the
tell
coin thing
Coin
or
thing.
whatever.
I thought like a new Sonic the Hedgehog 2023 game was coming out.
I don't know
with
what that is.
advanced coins. No, and the most recent one, I think it's like Doji Coin, right? I thought up until the other day it was Doggy Coin. And I'm like, there's no other way to reel people in than puppies on currency.
Well, I don't understand.
Give me a dime.
I haven't
with
looked
the
into it,
Poodle.
but it doesn't make. I don't exactly understand anybody that would buy something like that. It doesn't make sense to me.
There's some people are. I mean, they're really getting money. Katie's into it. Mike's into it. They're getting money.
Well, I don't understand it, so therefore I will not be
Don't worry, I have
participating.
to do a sign on Facebook.
Yeah.
The last one was called Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Yes,
sounds
that's
a little
it.
aggressive,
Bitcoin.
doesn't it? They were
Yeah.
like, we got to take it down a couple notches and
That-
make people think it's doggy coin.
That-
Went
that-
from aggressive to cute.
Yeah, that was what I recall, Bitcoin. But it just didn't make any sense to me. Why would somebody buy something that it's not? You're not. It's not. I mean, they could say the same, I guess, about stock.
Well, they're taking risks so they can truly be set free. I guess same thing with gambling, scratch offs. I'm not one to invest. I mean, I bought a couple $2 scratch offs just because I was bored. I had cash on me, but I guess like they're gamblers. They have hope. I'm not.
If the Powerball gets over $500 million, I'll usually invest $5 to play the Powerball. But unless it's up around the $500 million area, I just stay out of it.
Well, I think the thing with it being so high that people are excited, right? I mean, is more people are going to take that chance. So your chance lessens a lot.
Who keeps a record of who owns what?
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to start asking questions. Maybe I'll win their admiration.
Questions, yes. Ask questions.
Ask questions. But yeah, that's weird. I never actually thought about what goes on behind the scenes. And you really got to trust the person doing it. How does that even work? I'm so out of the loop with everything.
I'm right with you.
Do you remember, I forget, maybe it was like 80s, maybe the 70s, 90s, there was a guy that was on a game show and he actually set it up so that he would win. Like he found a way to find out the answers ahead of time. And he won. I think he won multiple times. And there's a documentary on it, and eventually they found out. This guy was a genius.
Right. He watched so many shows. He knew basically the questions they ask, and was well prepared. Did they ever? I guess they replaced Alex Trebek on Jeopardy, but I don't know who.
I don't know. That was sad.
I don't watch the show. Rarely do I watch the show, and the reason I rarely watch the show is because it reinforces my inability,
Your brain.
my intellect.
Right? It makes you feel like a dummy. If you didn't feel like a dummy before.
I mean, if you don't feel like you watch that show and you realize for me, at least exactly how I am not informed. I don't know.
Yeah, but the questions aren't there's some normal questions. The questions are stuff that you wouldn't seek, stuff that you don't really need to know.
Yeah.
They don't ask why are apples red and why are some green.
That's true.
But yeah, the Alex Trebek death, that was sad. He was just such a good guy. He had a calm demeanor. He was sad. He was a big part of our lives.
I like those Saturday Night Live skits on Jeopardy, Have you ever seen the Saturday Night Live skits
No,
on Jeopardy?
I've never been into Saturday Night Live.
Oh, well, Saturday Night Live has Will Ferrell plays the part of Alex Trebek.
Oh, Will's good at anything.
And they have this one guy who plays Sean Connery.
Well,
the
Sean's
James Bond-
easy to imitate.
The James Bond guy. It is so funny. Kelly, you got to check it out.
So there was Lauren's my sister. She sent me the Saturday Night Live skit from the other night. And it actually, one of the skits was about Pennsylvania and how people talk, which was odd to me because, like, maybe only a quarter of Pennsylvania talks like that. But actually, they showed a map, and Hockessin was on the map. Yeah, I'll have to show it to you. You know, everybody on the East Coast is like, my hometown. It's like, dude, you're from Delaware. It's not your hometown.
Some of the little towns around Lancaster have interesting names.
Yeah, they're all like Amish names, like Jeremiah Yonders on Southwestern Trail and his carriage. Or it's not a carriage, it's a buggy. Same thing. Those buggies are dangerous. Don't you have anxiety for them as you're driving by them?
Yeah,
All it takes is a
bit.
bump.
Little bit. And sometimes I wonder whether I would have fit into to be an Amish person.
Bowl cut. That was all you need is a bowl cut and a hat. Pair of suspenders, a horse on steroids. We're in there.
But it seems to be a rather, I don't know.
It is interesting. I kind of like admire people that don't mind being cut off, you know, from society. They're probably more happy until they get hit by a car.
We're pretty happy.
Me and Dad, we always tell each other how happy we are.
Oh, it's true.
It took a long time for me to get there, but like now that I'm, you know, approaching my mid-30s, you know, I have you know, you guys all know my past, yada yada yada. I'm just happy all the time. That's it. Maybe not all the time,
but a major chunk.
It's because we laugh. That's what it is. That's the secret. That's the only secret. We laugh. All right, so let's finish this up. We're going on 3 days here. We've had a lot of interesting conversations. We went from fortune cookies, game shows, combs in our hair. So we'll finish this up and we'll do another one. We like talking.
Sounds good, Kelly. Whenever you want to do it, I'm up for it. Just let me know.
All right. Risks.
Okay. Take care. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Yeah, take care. You kind of like
it's a groovy day outside. You better go enjoy that.
I'm saying it's like
59-degree weather.
When somebody says take care, you kind of feel good about yourself because you're saying, I want them to take care of themselves.
No, here's my thing. I'm hearing a lot. So strangers, I'm at the Dollar Tree. I'm getting a Slim Jim. That's the only reason I go there. Everybody says stay safe.
Oh, stay safe.
Like, I don't plan on jumping out of a plane with a faulty parachute later. I appreciate your concern, but now I'm concerned. Like, man, I gotta stay safe.
I was having a good day until you told me to stay safe.
What do they think I'm gonna go do? Ride in a buggy?
It's sort of like, now don't kill yourself.
You hang in there, you'll be all right. Like, I was all right.
Until you told me stay safe.
Yeah, is there something you're seeing that I'm not? All right, so everybody out there, stay safe.
Stay safe.